North of 49, a guide to the rest of your life. This week on North of 49, we meet Ruth Jones, a local artist with a world-class talent. As any artist knows, talent is not all that is needed to make a living in this field. Throw in the daily challenges of being a wife, mother, and daughter, and the concept of creating a balanced life and career becomes both a science and an art in and of itself. We see how Ruth gracefully takes these life situations head on, all the while producing some beautiful art in the process. Ruth's story prompts us to look at what it means to be a member of the sandwich generation. We explore opportunities and roadblocks involved in being an artist without gallery representation, and we look at a common health issue related to aging as well. Ruth Jones discovered tapestry in the early 80s in an exhibition at the Vancouver Art Gallery. It was that show that inspired her to pursue this centuries-old art form as a career.
This brave woman back in 1982 was importing French tapestries, experimental French tapestries, to Vancouver with the belief that she could make a successful business. So I had the privilege to see all this fabulous work. And I was converted. I decided that's what I want to do. It's got the resonance, it's got the history. There's a chance to do something new and contemporary with it, and to make people feel the hands in the work, and it just was very exciting for me.
Ruth's decision to become a tapestry artist was never questioned by her parents, which thankfully made following her dream much easier.
There was not a lot of pressure for me to have a successful kind of corporate success or even a social success. It's a very funny feeling. I feel like I was kind of a between the cracks child, and it worked for me in a strange way because I was able to find my passion from the lack of pressure to be in a successful field.
She moved to Aubusson, France to study at a national art school. When she finished, she headed to an epicenter of world-class art, New York City.
I went to New York City when I graduated from Aubusson and immediately got a really lovely job working for a tapestry studio, and I was given a lot of independence and creative support, let's say.
Life was good. Ruth was making a lot of valuable contacts and rubbing shoulders with some great artists. But then, when she was about 27, life took an unexpected turn.
I had my portfolio prepared, I was showing it around to galleries, and I promptly got pregnant.
Ruth refused to give up on her artistic endeavors, and she continued to work with baby in tow. It was an adventure that lasted 3 years. Then, in 1989, she moved home to Vancouver, where she set up shop as a young entrepreneur on Granville Island.
I've never taken a business course. I regret that I don't have more business experience. I'd say that my life would have been a lot easier if I had been schooled in business practice.
In business, Ruth has been lucky. She is literally flying without a net. As a rule, artists have an agent. Doing the artwork and selling it are two different disciplines. Ruth is that rare breed that can do it all.
I have a natural instinct for working long hours, trying to do the most important thing first, and trying to keep the accounting going in my head.
21 years later, her daughter is all grown up, and Ruth is embarking on a new adventure, the second half of her life. The stars have aligned perfectly. Just as her daughter was leaving the nest, Ruth has been able to turn more of her attention to her aging parents, who need Ruth a little bit more these days.
I try really hard to see the value in putting down the project I'd like to be working on and going to buy my mom some stretchy track pants at Zeller's because she needs them.
Ruth takes it in stride. She has a wonderfully resilient spirit.
It's incredible when you hit 50 and you go, I feel younger. I feel more liberated now. And yes, my body will, go in one direction, but it doesn't stop me from exploring. That's all I think about. You know, it's important to maybe look less in the mirror as you age and look more at your world, at the people around you, and make a deeper connection every day.
One of the things she's exploring these days is Jikiden Reiki, a time-honored Japanese method of healing.
This form encourages you to say this little Japanese prayer 3 times, like twice a day, morning and night, and then put your own hands on your own body and feel the healing force going in. And that, I think, is one of the best health benefits that I've had. Just doing that in this last year, I noticed that some little health problems I had have been resolving themselves from that practice.
Yoga also plays an important role in Ruth's North of 49 lifestyle.
I practice a kind of yoga called Kundalini Yoga, as taught by Yogi Bhajan, who has this big organization called 3HO, which stands for Healthy, Happy, Holy. And his principle is that those things are our birthright. It's our birthright to be happy, healthy, and holy. And you've got to have all 3. You've got to be consciously engaged with what's sacred and lifting your consciousness up. Because if you don't do that, you actually decrease your health, you decrease your happiness. They go together. It's like a 3-sided triangle. So practicing that is really good. It's a super great stress release, and I think stress is a really big killer.
At 51, Ruth says she feels great. And perhaps most importantly, she feels victorious over some of life's most serious challenges.
I feel like I'm probably in a position to enjoy my life and be grateful for the things that have stuck around and that are working, and hopefully can be a source of some small wisdom to others who are struggling.
North of 49, a guide to the rest of your life.